now what you're looking at is the closer look at the village plan as it wraps around the farm center. Can you circle the farm center, Jeff? So the farm center is really the epicenter of this eco-village, and it's made up of an existing barn that Jeff's pointing at right now, and then we are going to extend a wing off of that that will function as the post-harvest center and kind of rustic teaching, small kind of just teaching facility with dormitory and bunk rooms above. Keep going a little farther down, Jeff, and show them where the farm camp is. There'll be a farm camp right in the middle of this. If you notice, a large part of this farm production is actually surrounded by the creek on both sides. So right at the base of that is where the farm camp is, where a lot of volunteers, interns, and so on will stay. They aren't staying in the housing above the extended wing off the barn. You may pass under some part of a building to come into the main street. Then circle the store and cafe and inn, that wing and the other wing. So that's the main building that greets you as you come. Circle the entry plaza. So the entry plaza will be an area that a lot of the folks at the retreats and so on will walk down to. They'll enjoy something from the cafe, some of the latest produced foods. They'll linger, and it creates a privacy gradient. We've intentionally pulled those activities out to the edge so that those people won't necessarily, some of them, as they're invited in, will come and explore the village, but it gives them a good resting spot before you come into the village. And to continue on that edge, there'll be an alley on the lower side, the service alley, that will front a lot of the workshops and so on, and give good access for those workshops below. Go on, wrap all the way around there, Jeff, and that leads you to the village green and the event field. So the public can get into those areas without trespassing through the middle of the village. Again, privacy gradient is something we've paid close attention to. Showing the upper alley as well, what I call the cart bypass. Go back to the entry plaza.
Oh, okay. Yep, got it. Okay, cart bypass.
And so we have a cart bypass. So that's where anybody going beyond the village to the upper hamlet or upper areas of the village will take that cart bypass. The main village street will essentially be pedestrian, so it can have a rich life, with the exception of the service vehicles that will come in and service the shops and workshops and so on. So take us to the village square. Go back to the entry and let's go down the main street.
Okay.
All right. So you've come under this beautiful framed entry into the village. You're seeing artisan studios, workshops on the left and the right. You're going to come onto these beautiful courtyards that overlook the pasture, like the one on the right you just went past, Jeff. We're actually preserving certain trees and wrapping those courtyards around them. So then going back down the main street, there'll be a variety of everything from small what I call micro cottages. They can be as small as 400 square feet with an artist studio loft above, very affordable. There'll be larger buildings that might have several flats in them with a workshop below. So there'll be a variety of housing options. Go on down, and again, keep going down the street, Jeff, towards the center. Now, for instance, on the right there, you have another beautiful park courtyard on your right, and that actually goes all the way up to the left through a pocket park system right through the center of the village, again preserving certain evergreen trees. You can see the upper pocket park there overlooking the village street. All right, go back to the central street, and then you'll come into the village, the main central village square, which will largely be, I call it a village square because primarily the residents, it's primarily for the residents of the village. again, the public is going to frequent the entry village square more so than the central village square. The buildings around the central village square are on the left, on your left, not up, but on the left, Jeff. There you go. That's going to be the main kind of how should I call it? The food processing facility that will allow lots of small businesses to have culinary goods, and it'll also function a little bit like a co-op store, so people in the village can come down and actually have access to certain of these prepared foods, and so on. And that's about a 3-level building. The grade between the main street and the lower area is about a 10-foot drop. So it's very nice the way these buildings bank in. So then go back to the village square, the center, and then right above that is the senior center. That's what you're looking at there. So that'll have a number of suites in it to facilitate seniors on a budget, and also for folks that perhaps have outlived their single-family home in the village and want to have less to take care of and can live in a suite. So we'll be looking at the demographics of aging and how many suites we need to provide and so on for that. And then on the right is the village community center, and that building will be pretty much completely designed by the future village residents as a building in common that can have everything. It'll have probably a multi-functional, multi-use space with kitchen, dining area. It'll have a community-scaled home theater. It'll have recreational facilities in it, guest bedrooms, and so on. Probably a workshop, maybe some homeschool classroom facilities, variety of things in it. But again, to be designed by the residents. That's their custom kind of central extended living room building. And then going down to the end of the far right of the village, Jeff. The far right, you'll at the end will be a wonderful pavilion as a focal point for the street that opens up to a nice shaded green, kind of picnic pavilion, grilling areas, and so on. And then we're just pointing at the pointer right now is an outdoor theater that looks out over the event field. Also can be a fire circle and a variety of things. So that's kind of the natural connection back to the creek on that end. And okay, go back to the entry. We'll touch on one other thing, Jeff. Go up to the wellness center from the entry, kind of taking the path up to it. So you come up the path. You can be in a cart, on a bicycle, walking, and you come up that path. It switchbacks. You'll come around and past the chapel, little one-room chapel that will just have a splendid overview of the creek and the farm and so on below. And then you'll come under through a passageway into the wellness center and its courtyard and plaza. And again, that wellness center will focus. It'll have some spa activity for folks coming in that want a little spa retreat, but also we'll have things like nutritional and hydrotherapy. What's the word I'm looking for? Help me there, Jeff. I'm running out of words.
Thermal baths and so forth.
Yeah, but it'll be a therapy center. So if somebody wanted to do nutritional therapy, someone really needed to do a juice fast for a week.
Juice fast, detox,
If they wanted a supportive environment to do that, that would be it. So it's very much of a health creating space with a great little plaza that has incredible views looking down over the pasture and farm and creek, and quite a buttress of rock above it. It'll actually probably be a little deck platform you can walk